Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Louisa. I'm in a pre-market trade, so sorry about the delay in joining everyone this morning. I'm just going to finish this trade and then we'll kind of look at the market together. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Good morning, XMT 89. Good to see you this morning. I was up early pre-market. Uh, Sometimes I like to look for a trade pre-market if there's going to be 8:30 news, and there was just a very nice accumulation, manipulation, distribution overnight. And I'll point that out to everyone once we get rolling here. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this trade play out here. I'm on the 5 minute. Sorry, I'm wearing a hat this morning, but I feel a little disorganized and disheveled because I was up early. Uh, got a little bit of rain this morning. My hair is messy. You know how it is. You know what I'm talking about. It's that kind of a Monday. It is St. Patty's Day. Just a bit of a sticky spot in here. Price to keep dropping, but we're in a busy here. It's 9:26. Probably exit before the market opens. I think I'm gonna have to come up with some music or something for the live stream because my mic seems to be picking up like so much. And today is fire drill testing day. So hopefully we can spend some time together before that happens. It's 9:27. See where, I think price is sort of, I took an OTE this morning, so I took this leg up from early morning, and this is the 62 to 79% range. So if there's a pullback, this is could be where we're headed. But let's just see what's happening. It's kind of nice to have the trade in the bag, so to speak, before the day really starts. Oh, there we go. I got stopped out. Like take profit was hit. So, I'm happy with that. I guess I could have stayed in to see if price would have come down here, but it's 8:28. Uh, you never know when the volume comes in from the 9:30 open, what can happen. So anyway, I'll be right back. I'm just going to grab some water, but looking forward to spending the morning with you guys. Okay, there we go. All right, I'll just wait for anyone else who's going to trickle in this morning. Could be that it's Monday. We had some news. Monday's not always, doesn't have the highest amount of traders come in, but let's see what happens. I think we're going to have a good week of trading. I checked the open interest and volume in the contract that we're currently in for NQ, and the volume and open interest is still higher than the next contract. So let's just take a look at that quickly now. Here it is. So if you just go to bar chart and then you click on futures, Here are the contracts. And if we look at our current contract NQH25, we can see that our volume is still 99,000 with open interest of 243,000. Now, if we look at the next contract, which is what we're going to roll over into no later than Friday, because Friday is the day that is the last day for rollovers. You can see that the volume is less. It's 75,000 and open interest is 56,000. So we're still trading in the right contract here. Best thing to do is don't just go by the date of when you should roll over. You should come in here and check the volume and open interest and be trading in the contract that has the higher volume and higher open interest. So anyway, just wanted to show this to you guys. This is bar chart. You can get this for free. And again, you just click on futures, or you can even just search for the symbol here. Okay. So we have 9:31. The market is open. Let's just take a look. See what's happening. But you know what? I had a nice trade pre-market. Makes me pretty happy. Let me just throw a few more lines on the chart. We've got some upward movement, so it was a good call to get out of that trade. Pre-market. Let's go into the 15-minute for a second. Okay, so let's just put in London high. I won't be in any huge rush to enter another trade since I've had my pre-market trade, but we'll see what happens. Do Asia high, Asia low, Asia high, and we're going to do Asia low. We have our optimal trade entry area, and that is from, let me just show you where I drew my fib from. So I took my fib and I drew from the low from last night to the high of this morning, and you can see that 62 to 79% is our optimal trade entry. So see if price wants to come down here, but at least put it on the charts and we can remove the fib. The other thing is I want to put our opening range gap on here. So just throw this one here. Opening range gap, and today is Monday, March 17th. St. Patty's Day for all of you who celebrate. All right, then I want to go to the 1 minute. Let's find the second. Let's go to the 1 minute and find the opening candle. This is our 9:30 candle, so I'll go into the 9:31. So this is our open down here, so it's a very small opening range candle. Going to be looking for the Scarface 5-minute candle. Again, I'm in no urgency to take a trade since I've already taken my pre-market trades. Okay, so we have our 5-minute high. Now we're going to have a 5-minute low. go back to where's our opening candle right here. So this is our low. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's our fifth candle here. High will be somewhere around here. We'll make adjustments to that. Now let's look for our first fair value gap for ICT. So it's never the first candle. We always start with the 931 candle. So here is our opening range, or sorry, our fair value gap of the day. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just taking a look at the 5 minute, a bit of a delay here. Gotta take a look at the 5 minute. Cities. We've had a 5 minute break of structure, and that is, so this is our high right here, 5 minute high right here. So this up candle and down candle. So we broke this high. That's a 5 minute break of structure to the upside. We have our opening range gap from last Monday, a week ago, that was never filled. That is definitely an area of interest for us today. Looks like price could be moving. We have our previous day high that we've broken, which is Friday's high, previous day high broken. And just want to draw your attention to midnight at midnight. This was so beautiful overnight. This is just textbook. This is just, I think, so beautiful. So see, we have Asia here. Asia accumulated. Then we have manipulation. Here's manipulation. See right here. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. It's textbook. Love to see when this happens. Manipulation, from all that I have studied, does not happen before 1:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we can see that this candle was 3:15, 3 o'clock. So between 3 o'clock and 3:30, we have manipulation. But this is textbook. Okay, so we've got this opening range gap up here. We've got our 4-hour CIVI. I'm going to go back to the 5 minute. Just take this off. This is our opening range gap from Friday, so we have two gaps that were not filled last week. And it seems like price is pushing higher, which is okay. Let's see where it wants to go. Okay, so here's our 5 minute candle high. Yeah, our 5 minute candle low. At this point, I mean, I would never chase price up. That's something I used to do as a new trader, but I've learned my lesson oh so many times. So it's just something I think that new traders do. But with some experience and time in the charts, you just realize that you just wait for a pullback or you wait for a reversal. There's no need to be chasing price up. It's best just to let it do its thing, find the point at which it wants to reverse, or an area that it pulls back to that it can it'll fall back into an order block or fair value gap, and then you can trade a continuation. I don't trade continuations, but lots of traders do. Got our previous week high up here on the chart, 2157. Coming into that 50% of this 4-hour SIBI. So we just allow price to move up. Again, our OTE from low of London to just before the market opened at 9:30. Going to take this vertical line off. That was our 8:30 news. In terms of news this week, Tuesday, I don't believe Tuesday we have any news, but Wednesday we have FOMC with federal funds rate. So that's a big day. Wednesday, I will not be trading Wednesday. I have other things to do. Plus, I don't like to trade FOMC statement and funds rate. But I will be here in the market on Tuesday and back on Thursday. So just to let you know that. Market is steadily bullish, approaching the 50% of this 4-hour SIBI. We have come through this daily SIBI, pushed through this. We'll see if we get some sort of a pullback. I'm going to mark the 5-minute break of structure. And so that's simply you're finding the last low. So looking for the last high. Here was the last high. So we have a green candle, which is an up candle. Then we have a black candle, which is my down candle. This right here gives us break of structure in the front. And our low, our most recent low is down here. We have a black candle down with a green candle up. So a low and a high are characterized by 2 candles. So we have a low and then we have a high. So that's our low, right at our 5-minute low candle. Now, because we've had news this morning, I always come into the market relaxed when there's news, uh, because I don't expect to get a trade. Like if I get a trade, if I see a setup, that's terrific. But on a news morning, I either look for something pre-market or, maybe come back at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But I feel no pressure to be looking for a trade on a Monday morning with a red folder event. So curious to see actually what the retail numbers are. So retail sales, the forecast was 0.6%. Whoa, and retail sales came in at 0.2%. Not really surprised to see that. And then the manufacturing index, well, the forecast was 1.9%, and the actual is -20. So that's a substantial difference than what has been forecasted. Okay, these numbers are really low. We can see that retail sales month over month is significantly low. Core retail sales came in at forecast. So again, it's only month over month. It's not year over year. So let's take a look and see what's happening here. Let's see if we've had a break over this 5-minute high candle. We are above midnight. We have an opening range gap down here. We have our first fair value gap down here. I'll be doing a recap. Excuse me, I'll be doing a recap of the pre-market trade I took this morning. It was a nice setup, so I'll do a trade recap on that later today. Here's our order walk. Right. Look exactly where price came down. Right there. See if bodies are gonna respect that. Could come down to here. It's the entire candle is the order block. Now, this is what I would be looking at if we break this low. That would be of interest because we have a down candle and then an up candle. So this is actually our low is right here. Down candle and then up candle. And 1 minute. So we broke this low. Let's see what happens here at the Scarface's 5-minute candle. See if we get any sort of a retest. Again, I'm very cautious on the morning of a red folder event. I would want to see an immediate bounce here. Jesus. Price moving back to the fair value gap, first fair value gap of today. Want to remeasure my OTE, just make sure that it's still current. Here's our low from this morning. Price drove up. Between 62 and 79%. Could be our pullback. Price built all the way back into this fair value gap. And it's also respecting this CB here. Here's our 5-minute candle high. So there's pullback. Pretty strong candle. Let's see. Nice holds. I want to see candle close. See if this CP is disrespected. This is not a buy signal or sell signal. I just throw these on here every once in a while to just kind of prepare myself. But it's not indicative of me taking a trade, and I'm not in a trade. I'm not planning on taking a trade. Good morning, you guys. Go Pinneth. Did you enter on this? No, I did not go Pinneth. We have red folder news. It's 9:53. There's no rush. Ukraine BV, hi. Do you pay any fees or commission when you open a position? Well, in a live account, yeah. I'm trading in a live account, so yeah, there's commission on a mini and a micro. So there's fees, yeah. For a mini for my brokerage, it's $10 both ways. So $10 for to purchase it and then to close the position, open the position, close the position. It's $10 US. Like roughly, that's kind of when I'm trading, that's what I'm keeping in mind. Is this their 5-minute high candle here? But again, I'm not, I just want to give the market some time to figure out if it's unhappy with the retail news from this morning or if we're going to run higher. I did take a pre-market trade, and I'm going to post that a little bit later today. I don't mind looking for a pre-market trade when there's 8:30 news. Oftentimes, especially overnight when we've had accumulation, manipulation, and distribution, it can be a nice setup. So I did take that trade this morning, pre-market. I'll post it later today. Our first fair value gap here. Break of structure down here on the 5 minutes, so we're still bullish. Respecting this SIBI, excuse me, disrespecting this SIBI. So price is driving higher. So it's 9:55. We're 5 minutes into the macro. Again, red folder, Monday morning. I'm in no rush. Lots of time. Uh, 10 o'clock is the kill zone hasn't even started yet. So and I welcome everyone to this channel. This is not a signal service. I'm an ICT student. I have been for 16 months. I consider myself a student, so you definitely don't want to copy my trades. You should be looking for, I'm pretty much tape reading right now. That's basically what I'm doing. And you should study and take the trades either in sim or however you trade, however you're learning. But you should definitely be looking for your own trades and becoming an independent trader. Buyers stepped in here, 5 minute candle. The 5 minute high candle buyer stepped in. Just overall, it just kind of feels like the market hasn't selected a position yet. I'm slightly more bullish. I think I might step in with a, I'm gonna step in with a buy, the take profit here. Let's see, 50%. Sibby. Oh, we need to just give it a bit more time here. Hey, Peter. Yeah, retail sales, retail sales. That's what I'm talking about. The news at 8:30. So it had a good response. Market moved in an upwardly direction when that news was announced this morning. We have on Wednesday we have FOMC and the rate. I'm still bullish here. No, it happened at 8:30. Yeah, I had my red vertical line up here, but I took it off because I don't like clutter on my charts. Peter, I took a pre-market trade this morning. Uh, I'm going to be posting that later today. It was a nice pre-market trade, so Well, it's 10 o'clock. Opening range gap down here. OTA down here. Currently, it just looks like a mitigation block, but this BISI here held, and with this wick, buyer stepped in quite strongly here. So this week, I won't be trading on Wednesday. I'm going to let FOMC and rate change figure itself out. I'll be back on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week. Seem to be bouncing kind of between this 1 minute SIBI here and this BISI. Just approaching the 5 minute breakup structure. And the first fair value gap. Let's see if this BISI becomes an inverted fair value gap. Ukraine BV, regular commissions. Yeah, just regular commissions. Just looking on the higher time frame, price could run for Asia lows, but this would have been a nice entry here off this SIBI. Let's go down to the 1 minute. Here's my breakup structure on the 5 minute. That's really, I want to see nice break below the 5 minute breakup structure, some displacement, some strength, a return to a fair value gap or an order block, and then a continuation lower. That's what I would want to see. Price is holding here. See if it taps back into the SIBI. It's 10:07. We are in the kill zone. Seems to be working its way through this SIBI. How easily it can just run through, eh? I'm Canadian, so if I say A, I'm going to try to be mindful to not say that because I know how annoying it is for everyone else around the world. If I say it, just put it in the chat. It'll make me like think about it more. Always important to let the candle close. See, candle price moved up above and then immediately wicked below. So it's still respecting the SIBI, although, you know, that wick was taking out any stops. 12 seconds left. There we go. Nice rejection. Ukraine, no, I don't trade crypto. I trade futures indices. So mostly NQ, sometimes ES, but mostly NQ. And here's my 5 minute breakup structure. And here is the opening range gap from this morning. That's really bouncing between this BC and this SIBI. Back in here, repainting price, redelivering price. My overall sense is just that it needs some time to figure out which way it wants to go. My trade this morning was from somewhere around here down to here. Just quickly show you. I sold at 19,785 and bought back at 19,805. So it was just it was just a nice, I think it was like 800 or $1,000, something like that. Just 1 minute. Sorry, you know what? That was the one that just failed. Sorry, it's this one. I sold it 19,735 and bought back at 19,688. So 19,735 subtract 19,688. That was 47 points this morning. That's not bad, eh? Times $20 a point. 940. That's not bad, eh? Pre-market. It's kind of a nice way to start the day. That's why I feel no pressure to trade this morning. Then I took like just a couple of quick scalps in here. As you can see, I think it was just like a couple $100, no big deal. Look at this now. It's moving up. Even with the 5-minute Scarface strategy this morning, I'm not in a rush to use that strategy this morning because price has broken through here. The buyers didn't step in. Now it's come back. It's showing some strength. It's just, I think there's better trades to look for. I think the market may just need some time to settle. This afternoon might be a better time. Peter, also ES looks more bullish. Let's take a look at ES. Okay, let's take a look at ES. Okay, so we're on ES. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. See what we have here. I'm gonna take this off. So let's go to the hourly just for sort of a bigger picture here. So here's our opening candle at 9:30 this morning. It's been bullish. We've got a gap up here in ES. We've got 4-hour SIBI. Let's look at the 4-hour. Go to the 1 minute so we can compare against the NQ. Okay, so we broke this high on the 1 minute right here. It's our high. Why is that our high? Because we have a candle up and then a candle down. So we have a 2-candle formation. That's how I look at highs and lows. I need a 2-candle formation. I want a high and a low. So we have this green candle is the high, and then we have the low. So we take the high of that, and that gives us our high. That's our most recent high. Now we're just making a high here. Got our candle high, and then we have a candle low, but we need this one to close. So on the 1 minute, we are making higher highs and higher lows. Now everyone, this is the week that we're going to switch our contracts. Peter, my experience is that it's good to observe both because ES is the leading one usually, so it might increase its win rate on NQ looking at ES. Yeah, I agree with you, Peter. Usually I have it up. This is the week that we're going to switch our contracts, and rather than just going by the date, because Friday is the third Friday of the month that the contract changes, but it's best to refer to bar chart and look at the volume and open interest on the contracts. So if you go to bar chart, and here we are, bar chart, it's for free, you can take a look. So our current NQ contract, open interest is 235,000, volume is 181,000, and the new contract, the one that we're going to be switching to, the volume is 148,000 and open interest of 56,000. So we can see that we still have more volume and more open interest in the current contract. So rather than just going by date and switching, the third Friday, just check back with bar chart on a daily basis and make sure you're in the contract, you're trading in the contract that has the higher volume, the higher open interest. Currently, we're still in the same contract. We're in the right contract, okay? So that's bar chart. It's free, barchart.com. That's where you find it. And just click on futures. See up here where my mouse is? You just click on futures and then it'll give you everything here. And or whatever it is you're trading. You can check whatever it is you're trading by open interest and volume. That's something you should definitely have bookmarked. Look at this crazy price. Lots of wicks, lots of bouncing around. This holds no interest for me. I want to see some clean price action. Price failed to make a higher high here. Now, tomorrow is the day before FOMC, and just bear in mind that institutional big money generally is not going to invest in a position the day before. The interest rate may or may not be, changed. I don't think the interest rate will be changed with all of this going on with tariff wars. The economy's in a little bit of a fragile position right now. It's a lot of uncertainty with the tariffs and Trump and Elon Musk. So markets do not like uncertainty. His price is moving more than a soccer ball or football, European football. Guys, I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to hang out here for too long this morning. Um, I'm not wild about the price action, but I may come back for 1 o'clock this afternoon and see if there's a better opportunity for a setup that's a little more definitive. So I think I'm just going to allow this to bounce around and then come back at 1 o'clock and see if either we have a reversal or if a unicorn sets up something that's a little more definitive than this. This is not giving us too much here this morning. Look at this on the 5 minute. This is just, there are better setups, that's for sure. There's nothing here that entices me. Okay, the setup pre-market. Well, I just want to show you guys this. For those who may or may not be looking at the overnight price, I want to show you this setup because this is what I look for in the overnight. And if you're not looking at the overnight, you're doing yourself a disservice because the overnight gives us a view into what could happen in New York Open. So check this out. So here's midnight. Here's our Asia session, okay? And what is the purpose of Asia? Well, the purpose of Asia is to accumulate. And accumulate, it did very nicely. Accumulate. Maybe I spelled that wrong. Okay, forgive me. Okay, so we're accumulating here, meaning that Asia is engineering liquidity above and below. There we go. That's Asia's job. So when we see Asia accumulate like this, so it has a defined high and a defined low, and it just kind of bounces in between. That is accumulation. Look at the point where it manipulates. Very clear where it manipulates, right here. That is very nice manipulation, right there. Now manipulation, from my learning from ball hand trading, great London session trader, uh, manipulation has to happen after 1:30 a.m. There we have manipulation. So here's the entry point, and then what happens next? Well, we get distribution all the way up, right up to here. And then of course we had so this is distribution. That's what we want to, that's what we want to see. This is what we want to trade. Well, if you're a day trader, if you're a scalper, you're looking perhaps for a piece of this or something a little bit different, but we want accumulation, manipulation, distribution. And when you can identify that on the charts, it will totally change the way that you trade. So this is what I'm looking for in the overnight, but right here is manipulation. So just wanted to point that out because it was textbook overnight. Anyone who was trading London. So London, your trade entry would be somewhere around 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then you want to be out by 5 a.m. I used to trade London. Anyone else here trade London? Ukraine BD, what broker am I using? I'm using AMP, A-M-P. Let me just write that in here. And this is the same broker that ICT uses, AMP. And I am really happy with them. I'm happy with them because they get me in at really good prices. They get me out quickly. I've never had an issue with them. Um, the other thing is that AMP specializes in just being a brokerage. They have no platform. You can't trade on AMP. Like there's no platform to trade on. But you can sync AMP with TradingView because I like to trade on TradingView. So, I want a brokerage that enables me to do that. And then also because I import all of my trades into TradeZilla, it allows me to import my trades very cleanly, very easily into TradeZilla. So it works pretty nicely for me. Sometimes being a Canadian, I'm restricted in different ways with some of the things that are perhaps available to the US market. The US market, some of the cool things that the Americans are able to trade with, I don't have access to as a Canadian, but AMP works really nicely, and I'm really happy with them. ICT he doesn't get any residuals from them for recommending them. I don't even think he was recommending them. He just mentioned it one day in one of his videos that he uses AMP, and he's been with them for a long time. So that's who I went with, and I'm pretty happy with them. Yeah, I think all the commission prices are pretty much the same, right? Like it's about $10 in and out for NQ, like ballpark, and then it's a little bit less for ES. It's probably around $6 to $8 for, entry and exit. It adds up when you're using micros. Like last year, I was trading micros a lot, and those commissions can add up. That's why trading less is more. Let's go back to the 2 minute here. Yeah, we're just bouncing around here. Not surprising, Monday morning, right? Peter, are you with AMP as well? Or is that who you trade with? Uh, Ukraine minis is, I think it's less. It's like $6. I'm ballparking. You can go to the CME site, um, the Commission Exchange, and they'll have the prices on the CME site. Oh yeah, IBKR. Okay, Peter. Yeah, that has a great reputation. IBKR. It's open to Canadians, that one. And I think it's the number one brokerage. But boy, I find the platform is not that intuitive. I nearly went with them, but then I switched to futures, and AMP is a futures brokerage. I also use a different brokerage um, for options and stocks and things. So I have two brokerages, but this is I trade futures, so this is what I'm using on a daily basis. Gosh, this thing is it's 10:28. Let's see if anything happens around 10:30. We're really just kind of bumping and grinding in here between the 5 minute high and the 5 minute low. Nothing of interest to me. Yes, Ukraine. AMP is widely available. I think it's called AMP International. But check out their website, because I think AMP is um, it's an international brokerage. Yeah, Peter, thanks. Europe is good for trading. You can trade from 7 p.m. till 2200. Yeah, I don't trade Asia, but I do like London. There's our first fair value gap. Opening range gap. Approaching the opening range gap. See if we get a close below this opening range gap. Just place below the 5-minute break of structure. Here's our 5-minute Scarface candle down here. Opening range gap down here. And then OTE from this morning's drive up pre-market. Peter, do you trade London? Inverted fairly good. Thanks, Peter. I agree with you. There's nothing really of interest here. See if price displaces below the 5-minute low and see if it comes back to retest. We're inside the opening range gap. Price came to about the 50%. Just held above the 50%. See if we get a break and retest off this. I'd want to see price displace below, come back to this level, then go lower. Yeah, yeah. Okay, guys, there's nothing much of interest this morning. I think we just let price figure out. It's Monday, news at 8:30. It's sloppy. There are definitely better trades. This morning is not one of them. So I'm gonna close off the stream for now. Later today, I'll post the trade that I took this morning and explain the framework for the trade. And I will be back Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock, 9:10, for some day chart setup and see what we have tomorrow at 10 a.m. Okay, guys, have an awesome day. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. It's been fun, and stay safe. Take care. Bye for now.